Hey guys, welcome to Coterminal Angles. All right, let's first break out a definition of what a coterminal angle is. Right, two angles are coterminal if they share an initial side and a terminal side. So you have kind of a visual example here. You have 30 degrees, right? But then you also have negative 330 degrees because they start at the same spot and they end at the same spot. That's called coterminal. All right. So we're going to do an example, maybe go over a couple steps to find coterminal angles, and then do another example. All right. So here is our first example. What are two angles that are coterminal to 90 degrees? Let's just visualize 90 degrees. We have an initial side here on the positive x-axis. We have a terminal side here on the y-axis, and we have 90 degrees, okay? So we want two angles that are going to be coterminal. To find our first one, here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to start at 90 and then go around a whole nother turn around the circle, right? So essentially, right? So we'd go to 90 and then we go all the way around again. So what does that look like? Well, that would be 90 degrees plus another full turn of the circle, which is 360, and we would get 450 degrees. So that starts at the same spot and ends at the same spot. So let's do another way. How about on this one, we'll start at the same spot, right? And we'll go backwards to 90 degrees. So how do we do that? We say, okay, well, what's 90 degrees minus 360? And we get 200 negative 270 degrees. So what are two angles that are coterminal? 450 and negative 270. They both start and end at the same spot as 90 degrees. So how do you find two ways to find a coterminal angle? Subtract a full rotation. That'd be minus 2 pi or minus 360. Or you can add a full rotation around the circle. That'd be plus 2 pi or plus 360. Find a positive and negative angle that is coterminal to negative 7 pi over 4. All right, let's see. Negative 7 pi over 4. That's negative 7. That's negative 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4. So negative 7 pi over 4 is this angle right here. Okay, so we want two more measurements, one positive and one negative, that give us 7 pi over 4. So let's start by adding a full rotation, which in radians a full rotation is 2 pi. And we get, let's do a common denominator. And we get 1 pi over 4, or simply pi over 4. All right, now let's subtract 1. Now let's subtract a full rotation. Common denominator again. And we get negative 15 pi over 4.